Imagine a $100 bill, fresh, crisp, yours. Now imagine watching it slowly shrink in your palm. Not because you spent it, not because you lost it, but because somehow it simply buys less. There is no envelope from the government announcing these laws. No April deadline, and yet, quietly, year after year, a portion of your money's power vanishes. This is inflation. It is a hidden tax, one with no form, no filing requirement, and no official notice. But once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And understanding how it works is the first step in building your own defense. So what exactly is inflation? It is the gradual rise in prices across an economy. But a better way to think about it is this. Inflation is too much money chasing too few goods. Imagine a pie. That pie represents everything an economy produces in a year. Homes, haircuts, tomatoes, truck repairs. Now imagine everyone's pile of cash doubles overnight. The pie hasn't grown, but the amount of money bidding for each slice has. The result? Each slice now costs more. There are two main ways inflation gets started. Demand pull inflation happens when buyers have so much cash, often because central banks have created new money that they bid up prices. Cost push inflation happens when ingredients to make things like energy or labor become more expensive and businesses pass that along to you. As the economist Milton Friedman put it, inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon. It is not about greedy store owners or mysterious forces. It is about the supply of money relative to the supply of real things. To understand who wins and who loses, let's follow three characters. First, meet the saver. For years, she tucks cash into a savings account, believing she is being responsible. But inflation acts like a stamp that presses down on her pile every year, shrinking its purchasing power. If inflation averages just 3%, after 20 years, that cash buys about half of what it once did. She feels responsible, yet she is silently losing ground. Now meet the borrower. He took out a fixed rate mortgage 10 years ago. Back then, his monthly payment felt like a stretch. But as inflation rose, his payment stayed exactly the same, while his income and the price of everything around him moved upward. In effect, inflation is eroding the real weight of his debt. He is paying back yesterday's loan with tomorrow's cheaper dollars. That is the quiet magic of fixed rate borrowing during inflation. The borrower can win. Then there is the worker. She shows up, learns new skills, and asks for raises. Her wages do go up over time, but rarely as fast as the cost of groceries and rent. She is running on a treadmill, picking up speed just to stay in place. If her pay rises by 2%, but inflation runs at 4%, she is effectively taking a pay cut. Inflation's burden is often invisible because we see our nominal paychecks grow, even as our real purchasing power shrinks. Now let's pull back the curtain on how inflation is measured. The official approach uses a basket of goods, a sort of sample shopping cart filled with things a typical household buys. Bread, gasoline, rent, a haircut. Statisticians track the total cost of that same basket over time. That change is the official inflation rate. But here is the critical point. Your basket is not the average basket. If you are a retiree spending heavily on medical care, your inflation rate may be higher. If you are a young renter in a hot housing market, your inflation rate may look different too. The official number is a guide, not a personal guarantee. So how do you build a shield against this hidden tax? History offers a blueprint. First, own productive assets rather than holding large piles of idle cash. Over long periods, businesses, real estate, and your own earning power have tended to rise with inflation. Cash, by contrast, does not. Second, some people use government bonds that are specifically designed to adjust with the official inflation measure. Third, reduce your exposure in practical ways. If you already have fixed rate debt, inflation will make that debt easier to pay back over time. For durable goods you know you will eventually need, purchasing them earlier rather than later can serve as a hedge. And make a habit of tying your salary conversation to the actual cost of living. Bring the official inflation measure into the room with you. Imagine now a shield, not a magical one, but a practical one. On one side, arrows labeled with rising prices fly towards you. On the other side, Your shield holds three layers: assets that grow, securities that adjust, and smart habits that reduce vulnerability. Inflation is real. It is relentless, but it is not a mystery. Once you understand how it transfers purchasing power from the saver to the borrower, how it is measured, and how to structure your financial life around it, you stop being a passive victim and become an active guardian of your own wealth. The hidden tax may never disappear, but you no longer have to pay it unknowingly.